Hi, welcome back to the Spirit's Path. This is Dee, and today's card is the King of Arrows, the Kingfisher out of the Wildwood Tarot deck. And today I'm standing outside the Heiaia fish pond, and it's kind of fitting for this card, the Kingfisher, because it's the Kingfisher was symbolic of ancient wisdom and lore. And as you can see out here, this fish pond is kind of the lore of the Hawaiian Islands. The Hawaiians would build these fish ponds back in the day. The ancient Hawaiians would go out there and they pick up all the fish that was left in there and be able to supply it for their for their tribe and families and whatnot. So as we talked about before, the kings they rule the kingdom and they're good people to seek counsel on. Arrows is about air, logic, and reasoning. So again, this Kingfisher is somebody who's going to be very reasonable, very logical. You'll be able to come to him for counsel, and he's going to be able to show you all the avenues that you're looking for. This Kingfisher is also at home at both air and the water, and as you can see, what they would do is they would dive down into that water, okay, and grab their fish and then come back up. Very colorful birds. Very dynamic in how they go through and they get their meals. They can go dive into deep depths to catch that fish as well. With this King of Arrows, with this Kingfisher, you want to exercise judgment. You want to exercise or power. Exercise both judgment or power. This Kingfisher, this King of Arrows, is going to be impartial. He's going to be impartial to what's going on. He's going to listen to all sides, and he's going to make a decision that's going to be good for both. He's going to help to see things clearly as well. So if you have something that you want to talk to the king about, to seek counsel, he's going to be very clear in his advice. He's going to help you see the clarity with what that decision may be, or what where you want to go with that. All right, and he's also going to point out that what is no longer serving you. Okay, and you may not like to hear the truth sometimes, but guess what? It needs to be said, and this king is pretty good at about telling you exactly how he sees it. All right, and it's up to you to make that decision. The universe has given us free will, free reign to make the decisions that we want to make. So, this king is going to be very reasonable, very impartial. He's going to listen to all sides of the story. He's not going to make a quick judgment, but he will be able to, to help you see clearly on the path or the journey that you're on. Again, with this being a court card, you got, 3 different points of views. You got people, aspects, and events. The way I look at this is throughout my day, either I'm that person or I'm looking for that person that's going to give me that clear judgment, that clear decision on which way to go. Who do I go to seek counsel, more or less, for this Kingfisher, this King of Arrows. So as I'm going through my work day, as I'm working on my projects, even when I get home, I'm looking for that Kingfisher, whether it's through my kids to help me see things from their point of view, or through my significant other, or through my friends or family as I'm getting together for social outings and stuff like that. This person is going to be very articulate as well. We've talked about some being flamboyant and fun, some being able to pick them out from a crowd, but this one's going to be very articulate in how they speak. They're going to be a moral leader. They may be a moral leader within the community. Could be a moral leader within your workplace. Somebody you respect, somebody you look up to. All right, and they're going to be able to provide that discernment and get to the heart of the matter. And I've had a lot of mentors in my life to help me with those types of things. Some spiritual, some emotional. Some that turned out to be really good friends, and you could talk to these people about whatever's going on in your life, and they will listen. They're not judging you, they're not being impartial, okay? But what they're doing is, they may be able to provide you with that counsel, or that opportunity, to see things in a different way. And that's how, when I look at these court cards, is, am I that person? Am I articulate in the way I'm coming across? All right, or is it somebody that's coming across to me that's going to help me see things a little bit more clearly? A good friend of mine today, said, "Hey, you might want to go out to that state park," and I really didn't want to ride out that far, but you know what? It was a good choice. She was articulate about that, and she made it very clear that that'd be a good place to take the picture with the fish pond, okay, to take the video with the fish pond in the background, and having that represent the kingfisher. So, that friend of mine, she is the king of arrows, that kingfisher today. All right. If this is an aspect of something that's going on, you're going to see like calm clarity, calmness within your workplace, calmness within the family. Okay. It could be at the end of the night where everything is it's relaxing. Okay. And you're able to, sit back and think about things and watch what's going on and receive that clarity, okay, of what's happening. All right. At the same time that you're doing that, maybe you're in tune with the universe. Okay, maybe you're in tune with your spirit guides. Okay, that calm clarity could be, when you're at a church service or meditating, and you're able to, go to your sacred temple and meditate and meet your masters and meet your guides and come up with that calm clarity, that good counsel on where you want to be, in your life, where you want, how you want to act, how you want to move forward. Okay, how you want to interact with the people at work, and and all the things that are going on in your mind. If you can just slow that process down and remove it, let it flow out, all right, and get that calmness in, get that clarity in. That's how it is for an aspect. If this is an event, you're going to look for precise information, all right? Again, it goes back to that articulateness, right? You're going to look for the details and the information about what's going on with that event. You're going to look for the discipline within the event. What's happening? Is there an agenda? How things are going, things of that nature. So as always with the court cards, we talk about the different questions that the king asks, and today's questions are the same as as they always were with this king of arrows, this kingfisher. Is what must you focus on clearly? What do you need to do to take that step back, to focus clearly, to to turn off the distractions per se going on in your life, and say, okay, I've got all these projects going on. What's the top priority? How do I want to think clearly and moving forward? Okay, what's the most logical piece to step into first? What makes sense to get this taken care of? The other piece is that it says, who can give you the wise word or counsel? Who can you look to in your life for that wise wisdom and counsel? It could be a best friend, could be a soulmate, could be your significant other that you talk to. All right, it could be a mentor at work. Who is it that you talk to seek that counsel, to seek that guidance? I know for me, when I don't have the opportunity to talk to my boss or to talk to my significant other, I let spirit come down and be my counsel. I let spirit come down and be my guide. I let that universe just open up and just fill me. Just fill me with the counsel. Fill me with the guidance on where I'm supposed to go, how I'm supposed to be. So those are kind of the thoughts that I have around the King of Arrows, the Kingfisher today. Hit that like button for me on the Spirit's Path. Subscribe to the Spirit's Path. This is Dee from the Spirit's Path, and we'll talk to you tomorrow. Thank you.